Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, markets are mixed overnight with the bean complex up while corn and wheat's lower. Yesterday we had a huge day with increase in open interest in both corn and wheat as the funds came in and bought grains and pushed meal back closer to 400, beans 14, corn over $6, and Kansas City wheat closer to $8. Much of the buying had to do, I think, with funds coming in and hedge against inflation, because most of the commodity markets were up yesterday. There was one New York bank that said there could be a total of 7 increase in interest rates. And some people are just looking at maybe 3 or 4. We also noted that the tension between Russia and Ukraine may have rallied wheat prices and maybe to a lesser extent corn. And I think that those markets are seeing a little profit taking this morning, but markets are on edge in case there is a Russian invasion of Ukraine. We also note from a weather standpoint that Argentina is getting rains and that Paraguay across southern Brazil are not. And when we look at the USDA's numbers, 195 million tons of soybeans in South America, down 9.5 from December, that was a record drop. And some people think that even with these rains in Argentina, there could be another 14 million tons drop in production, which could result in some increase in U.S. bean exports and also increase in some meal exports. Soybean oils seeing higher prices led by palm. And again, concern about Indonesia using more biodiesel and less exports is helping palm, which is helping soybean oil. And globally, we could see an increase in biodiesel demand. Soybean oil, again, is over 60 cents a pound, and the next resistance is 64 cents a pound. Here in the United States, southern plains will remain dry. It's January, so it's not as critical as April, but we might be putting some weather premium back on the marketplace. We also saw yesterday people questioning USDA's European wheat exports and Russian wheat exports at maybe too high. And whether that comes into the U.S. Is not known. But we have export sales delayed until tomorrow, so we have to kind of see what happens there. Again, the financial markets on edge because of the possibility of inflation. But we also noted that the crude continues to trade higher, with some people thinking that right now the supply is below the demand. So we'll be watching money flow. We'll see if we can trade over this $14 area in the beans, a little bit higher, over $6 corn, and Kansas City wheat can trade over $8. We'll see if the farmer wants to sell those prices. Logistics is still a problem because of COVID cases here in the U.S. and also freezing water along some of the upper river navigation systems. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.